Welcome to the Market Front Lines. I'm Lyndsay Malchuk. Pasinex Resources is pushing the zinc sector forward with real production strength, with disciplined strategy and a clear path for growth. And joining me is Larry Seeley, Executive Chairman, known for turning complex projects into straight-line results. And Larry sees where this industry is heading, and he's here to show investors why Pasinex is positioned to rise. Welcome to the Market Front Lines, Larry. It's great to see you.
Lyndsay, it's great to see you. I'm very pleased to be able to talk about Pasinex, my favorite topic, and I'm looking forward to our discussion.
Well, then let's get right into it. I'm going to hit you with a question here right out of the gate, but it's one that investors have been asking, and that's this. I mean, we see it. Zinc prices can crash overnight. So what concrete strategies does Pasinex have in place to protect margins, to secure that production, and really keep investors ahead of the risk curve when that market turns?
Well, Lyndsay, we're at 30 to 50% zinc is what we're looking at mining and exploring. We're extremely fortunate for our shareholders, for our investors, for our employees, and for our communities. Tremendous economic drivers. 50% zinc is equivalent to $1,300 a ton of U.S. dollars per ton of ore, and that's equivalent to about 13% copper. And at 40% zinc, it's equivalent to about 10% copper at $1,000 at U.S. dollars a ton. And over the past 10 years, our mining costs have been in the range of $200 to $300. So we're looking at margins of somewhere between 30 and 50% after tax. And so, and because we have, this is near surface with declines, we have very low capital requirements, and we're quick to cash flow. And so we see this as tremendous, not very much, or much lower economic risk. If you look at a 10%, for instance, zinc operation, they may have a 10% margin. So if the price changes, 10%, then they're into zero margin or up to 20%, doubling. But in our case, if we're at 40% margin, we're going down to 30, we're going up to 50. So we are much less price sensitivity. And so high grade is what it's all about. I always tell people they should be looking at calculating the intrinsic value of the ore in the ground, because that gives you a lot of feeling for the economic risk.
Absolutely. Well, you do have multiple projects on the table right now. So which assets do you see as a game changer that investors shouldn't be overlooking right now?
Well, we have two major projects right now, Pinargozu and Sarıkaya. But what we're doing is a step-by-step process of rolling up high-grade zinc deposits. So particularly in the area of the Valley and Kozan region in Turkey, many opportunities being brought to us by families. Families are often moving on to the third generation, and the third generation doesn't want to do mining, or there's not the advanced, let's say, exploration techniques and mining techniques that are available. So they want to produce wealth by selling and getting a royalty. This allows them to get wealth, but it also allows then employees, for the development of these ore bodies. And there's much more employment then, and more employee jobs and so on, and as well as the communities start getting wealth as well. So it's a combination of, win-win for everyone. We've mined over 160 million pounds in the past, in Turkey, and 200,000 tons of ore. So we've developed tremendous experience. We've had development of over 10 kilometers or 17 kilometers in added development, and about 99,000 meters of diamond drilling. So we've developed excellent geologists team. We have Thalex Geosciences as backing us up. We have mine management in place. We have mining engineers. We have financial managers in place. We have legal, capability in place with Denton's in Toronto with our Turkish Canadian partners there. And then we have excellent lawyers in Istanbul. We have commercial processes in place, and we have, safety and health managers in place, as well as doctors and nurses on staff. And so logistics we have that as well. And so we have, huge capability, and all of our employees in Turkey there's no expats. They're all Turkish with their tremendous capability. Now, when we're rolling these up, we're still looking for a large deposit as well. So we expect these are carbonate replacement deposits and so on. And so this came from somewhere. And so we're looking for a large deposit as well as rolling up these projects.
Well, there's certainly a lot going on over there, and I know that community is such a big part of your steps forward, and so are reports. So, Larry, most analysts right now, they expect a softer zinc market in 2026, and I want to actually just talk a little bit about that forecast with those prices holding in the low 3,000 range. So, if we take that outlook, what is Pasinex real break-even price and the specific margin protection strategy you're relying on if zinc corrects another 10% and that pressure hits producers across the board?
Well, we're not concerned that much with price because we're at very high grades. So in Pinargozu, we're mining 50% zinc. We expect to have sales in each quarter in 2026. But in addition, right now, we're bringing in additional miners as well as mining engineers. We're already hiring them and putting them through safety and induction training at the present. So we see that more headings to be developed in the existing mine. There's more veins that have been untested. And so we're setting up to increase the mining, as well in the existing mine in 2026. So there's several veins that we also will drill and see their continuity and continue to develop the mine in Pinargozu. But in addition to that, we are looking at, starting in January, a decline of about 1,000 meters of development, 700 meters of the decline, and about 150 meters of adits for drilling platforms and so on, another 150 meters for ventilation raise. So when we're developing this, we'll be developing this in the marble where the high-grade zinc is. And so we expect that we're going to come across, more high-grade zinc as we go into this, and we'll mine it as we see it. We know there's marble down to the 500-meter level, or 500 meters below where we are, and down to the zero level. And we think, that's where our objective is to hit, get into this high-grade ore at much deeper levels. In Sarıkaya, we know it's a high-grade ore body. Ore has been mined there this year at 40% zinc level. We're putting in place now management. We have site management going in place. We're going through safety induction processes, and we're meeting with the villages to bring them up to date on what we're doing. And we're putting in a baseline study for environmental, and we're putting in place tremendous safety training program for the existing staff that we already have there. In addition to that, we'll be developing, maps of the existing underground adits and looking at drilling sites and setting up drilling stations or where we should drill. We're developing the existing adits to Pasinex standards of safety, and we'll start drilling, in a few months in Sarıkaya. So our objective is to drill into the existing known ore body that we have, but then to go into further, and we'll be putting in an adit to attempt to start mining there near the end of the second or into the third quarter of 2026. So we see this as a very large license, has tremendous opportunity, many outcrops on it, and both zinc carbonate and zinc sulfide, high grade. And so, and it's all near surface. So we see this as a tremendous opportunity for us.
Well, it sounds like you have a year of production ahead of you. And with that, we have to address that there is a global surplus that is expected in 2026, and the treatment charges already signaling a tougher smelter environment. So, Larry, maybe you can tell us how confident you are that Pasinex has secured that smelter access, the offtake stability, as well as the commercial terms needed to keep your concentrate moving when the rest of that market starts fighting for processing capacity.
Well, we have never had a problem in selling our ore, high grade. We use traders, London, United States, and elsewhere. We sell into Europe and into into China, South Africa. So we've never had a problem in selling. We always look at the terms of our contracts. We do not sell forward. We take the price as we get it. And so there's never been a capacity issue with regard to selling. So in 2026, we're going to have sales in each quarter. And we expect to get into a cash flow, positive in the latter half of 2027. And I'd just like to emphasize that, this is still a development process. We're bringing a tremendous reputation to Turkey and Pasinex. We have a tremendous reputation. And Turkey, I think, is one of the best jurisdictions globally to get into mining, has excellent infrastructure, very skilled professionals. We have very supportive communities and supportive ministries. And zinc is a critical metal. So I think everything is positive here, and we're just getting through, into this. And anyways, that's, I think it's, everything is very positive for Pasinex.
Absolutely. Everything's coming up Pasinex. Larry, thank you so much for sitting with us. It's always a joy to speak with you, and come back soon.
Okay, I will. And I'd just like to say to everybody, happy holidays and Christmas. And one of the things I often have said to people is to put a little bit of, stock in your stockings, the shares into the stockings of your children or grandchildren. It teaches them about mining. It teaches them about metals, business, stocks. It's a tremendous incentive to learn. So
Absolutely.
Anyways.
Couldn't agree more. Start them early, Larry. Start them early.
Brings excitement.
Thank you again. Now, again, that was Larry Seeley, Executive Chairman of Pasinex Resources. Larry, can you tell us, where can we find you? What's your website and where are you trading?
So our website is www.pasinex.com, and a lot of the information is on our website. So we haven't been able to give here. In addition to that, we're trading on the Canadian Stock Exchange, CSE, under PSE, and on the Frankfurt Stock Exchange under PNX.
And there we have it. There's all the information you need to know for all of your Christmas shopping. Head over there and learn more about the company. Thank you again. I'm Lyndsay Malchuk. This is the Market Frontlines, and we will see you next time.